Welcome back to manatV's Vastu with Rshmi. I'm Alka Aneja, and I'm happy to host this show with Rshmi. Rshmi, welcome back.
Thank you
You
so
need
much,
no
Alka.
introduction now, so I won't be introducing you anymore. But welcome back. We're excited to talk about my favorite topic, which is housing. We're going to be
perfect.
talking about what direction is good for you, what is a lucky direction. We get this question asked every day. So, Rshmi, shoot.
Okay, perfect. Definitely. So, where do you start from? When do you consult somebody, and why is Vastu important when you are trying to buy a house? Okay.
Or sell a home, for that matter.
Yes, or sell a home for that matter.
Right.
Vastu is affecting you, or you are being programmed by Vastu even when you are living in an apartment. Okay. So because it's anywhere, wherever you are living in, you adjust your ecosystem based on what your elements are. We already know the 5 elements. So if your elements are imbalanced in the current house, it's a good idea to actually balance your current house.
Regardless if it's an apartment.
Regardless if it's an apartment.
Okay.
So that when you are looking for a new house, you try to look for a more balanced house. The reason being is when, as I mentioned, right, as your body is the way the chemicals, the chemistry is for your 5 elements, it's going to be the same way for your house. Now, when you have a Vastu problem already in your current house, you already have that imbalances. So when you try to balance that and then try to look for a house, the way and the options that you will start getting will be much more refined and much more better than what you currently have.
You'll channelize better.
Yeah,
right?
Because the clients that come to me and say, oh, why do we always get this kind of a house with the toilet in the northeast? And I have to say, you have to look at a better option, and you're not liking the other options because your current house is not balanced. You are liking only those kinds of houses which are currently with the same chemistry as what you have in your current house.
So when someone comes to us and says, well, I'm looking for a home in X direction or in Y direction, it's because they are already why are they choosing that one direction over?
I think it's just their belief system and whatever they might have heard from others, that each direction suited us and north direction gave us this. But
is one direction superior over the other?
No, actually it all depends on, again, the astro part of it.
Okay.
So for you might be the north is suiting you the best, but for me might be my planet is in such a way that west gives me the most benefits.
Oh. So again, that's where astro comes in as well.
That's where the astro comes in again, saying that the facing of that is a thing. So what happens is, like, your whole house is like, say, 360 degrees.
Right.
In the 360 degrees, there are certain degrees in the north, certain degrees in the east, certain degrees in the south, and certain degrees in the exact west. Those degrees give the maximum benefits to the person who's living into the house. Okay, the good energies, those are like the doors for the good energies to come in. If you have your doors in those directions, you will always see that good things are happening. Either it might be related to happiness, it might be related to the monetary gains, it might be for the wish fulfillment, it might be for the promotions, right? The person is getting in. Based on the kind of a job that they are doing, and also based on their natal charts, I normally recommend people to take a certain facing house based on that.
Got it.
Okay, so the facing is actually person dependent. Now, there are 10 people in the house. Who do we go with? We go with the bread earner.
Okay.
So he's the one who is bringing in the money in the house. We normally go with his natal chart.
But let's say we already own a home, right?
Okay.
You own a home, you walk in, and now all of a sudden, everybody says, well, this direction is the wrong direction. This is not supposedly the right direction. What happens now?
It's just the belief, okay?
Okay. So there's no such wrong direction.
It might not be wrong for you.
It might not be wrong for you. Yes.
If you're not seeing any issues, okay, do not go for those kinds of things or beliefs that, okay, you are attracting those negative energies again, okay? If you are not seeing any issues with your current house, don't start going ahead and doing things differently.
Don't try to put something on track if it's already on track, right? That's where it is. If it's
don't
not
try
broken,
to create a problem.
Right.
If it's not a problem, don't try to create one.
Right.
It's good that if you have a house in a certain entrances, it can give you best. But entrances again are only just like the 10% of the equation.
Right. You said there's 4 different.
You need to see the health of the house too.
Right.
Again,
right.
like there are certain zones in which we do not recommend having kitchens and toilets. Now, if you are affecting the health of the thing and you are taking vitamins, saying, oh, I'm taking vitamins, but oh, my health is deteriorating, right? I have a heart problem or a brain problem, and you're taking vitamins and it will get fixed. No, it's just, okay, it will help your body to get things. But if the energy of the house itself is balanced, then you do not have to worry too much about entrances. And there are very easy ways, using a right color doormat, using simple color techniques.
Color technique comes in.
Exactly. And there are different ways in which you can actually get the benefits of a certain direction, even without a door in that direction.
Got it. Okay. So you actually will then, when someone has, let's say, I'm just saying it, an east-facing home, and they come into you and they say, you know what, my child is not studying properly, or my child isn't focusing at school. What do you do then at that point?
The entrance of the house does play in here, but again, it can be treated. Okay,
because that's a good direction, right?
Yeah.
East-facing, everything. So it's not like you have an east-facing house, nothing's ever going to go wrong.
Yeah, it's not like, are you saying that only the people from the north-facing house only gets opportunities, while the people from south-facing, they don't get any opportunity? It doesn't work that way.
Right. Okay.
It really doesn't work that way. So it is not as per only this direction house will only give me happiness. It's not that. The overall health of the house matters. Yes, the entrance does matter, but the entrance, if it is not in the right direction, it can be fixed. Yes, there are some corner cases which cannot work for some people, but overall, 95% of the people, you can go with that entrance, right? A certain entrances, and it can work for you.
Got it. Okay.
If you are considering other than the entrance, like the focus of the child, for example, it matters where the bedroom is, where your kitchen is, where the other things are, right? It is a distraction. Going back to the topic of the clarity, okay? Any house you are buying, make sure the northeast side of the house is clear of any activities. It might be a staircase, it might be toilets, it might be kitchen, because that's like the main central bone of the house, right? If you are affecting that main thing, the overall house will start falling apart when you're doing that.
So it's almost like the balance of elements we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
It's not just the direction.
Yeah.
You have to balance all the other elements.
Elements of the house too. Like this, the northeast to the southwest axis of the house is considered to be the most effective when you're trying to balance.
Okay.
That line of the house from the northeast to the southwest, if it is free of any clutters, it is free of the toilets and the kitchens and the staircase, you will see that that kind of houses are more stable. You don't have like bigger issues coming up. But when these areas get affected, then comes in where there is continuous illnesses that are happening, or continuous kind of some or the other instability coming into picture.
Okay. So it's more of seeing what is where. Again, clarity, decluttering. All of those basic
things
matter. So what you have to do day to day is just keep your foundation, like these areas, clean. And then that'll help Vastu. But what about someone who owns a west-facing house? Does that mean that the west-facing house will not get as much opportunity as an east-facing home?
No. See, again, people are considering only the main entrance works, but that's not the case. Okay, you always have a back entrance. So a west-facing house will also have a east-facing back door. That is also an entrance.
Yes, that's also an entrance.
That is also an entrance, because entrance is where your house energies are meeting at a floor level to the outside energies.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So it is happening in the west. It is also happening in the east. And your garages are also entrances. If it is an attached garage, your garage is also an entrance to the house.
That's right.
Now you cannot find a Vastu compliant house in US, definitely. right? Because you will have
you have to build it from scratch if you're going to.
If you're building it, well and good, because you can get your house done as per the astro aspects of all the family members, giving them the right rooms and all. But if you don't have it, you're getting a pre-constructed house and you don't have much options in that. At least look for these factors in it, right? Look, because these are all the entrances. They are going to play its role, okay?
So does someone call you to consult at that time before putting an offer in, saying that, you know what, this is what I'm looking to buy?
Yeah. So I normally recommend people to call me like a month before they actually start looking. So I can at least give them some tips to balance their current house so that their options open up for better opportunities to get newer, nicer homes.
Got it.
Plus, at the same time, it is always good to make sure that when you are buying a house, even before you go to an offer stage, I normally say, give me a floor plan to work with, right? So with the floor plan itself, it will save your trip also. It will help you. It will help your life also. You don't have to go show the house and then ask for a floor plan.
That's what we did with you.
Exactly. Yeah. So you don't have to go and see every single house.
Right.
If the floor plan looks good, it can be fixed through Vastu.
Right.
Make the 5-element balanced.
Right.
Okay. In that case, then you go ahead and see the house whether the vibes work with you.
Right.
Right?
Can a house be balanced and the vibe still not work?
No, the balanced house means a house which has a good vibes.
Because the house may be balanced, but it may not be balanced to you, right? Your elements.
So when the house is good enough, it will automatically start creating balance for you.
Yourself.
So means you will get the right thoughts. Oh, I should have called this person to get the job. Oh, how did I forget that? Why did I keep posting my resumes on the 100 zillion sites? Why didn't I just contact this ex-colleague of mine? He would have got me a better job.
Okay.
Right?
Because you're drawn towards that positivity.
Exactly. You will get the right idea. So it's that I'm not the person who will do magic at your home. It's kind of, I will facilitate the way in which you can get the right thoughts.
Right. So you kind of get directed to be at the right place at the right time.
So you will get the right ideas. So it so happened that I did that once. So because and this is a great platform where people understand what actually Vastu is doing for them. Because I did get a case in which a person had illnesses for multiple years, and I went and did the Vastu of their house because they were not even aware what Vastu does. They were just like, oh, you know Vastu, can you do something at our house because she's been suffering? And when I went and fixed that thing, and then they realized, oh, you know what, we changed the doctor, so our problem got resolved. I don't know how Vastu came in picture. How did you get an idea after 3 years that you should go and change your doctor?
Yes.
Right?
So because your mind went into the right place.
The right place to get a solution for it.
Okay. They say the destiny, you get the right opportunity when you actually make some effort to get to the right opportunity. You're at the right place at the right time.
You're a product of your thoughts. I keep saying that because you get options. No matter what your destiny is. Every time destiny offers you 2 choices. If you make the right choice, that's why, like, if you take big companies like, say, Facebook, they got the idea of making a social network, and that's why they made that idea. They made it work for it, right?
Right.
And now zillions of people are using it.
That's right.
So it's just that if you get an idea, are you getting to go and implement it? Because sometimes, I get that thing saying, I got that idea 10 years back. I should have implemented it.
Right.
Okay, why didn't you implement it?
Right. Why did somebody else implement it?
Yeah, because yes, one idea comes to many people at the same time. They say 7 people in the world get the same idea at the same time. But to go ahead and implement it, that's where Vastu comes in. It makes sure that if your all elements are balanced, when you get the idea, you implement on that idea, you get connected with the right people, you get the right fame and recognition for it, you get the right money for it, you get gains, and then you get the support for it.
So Vastu just makes sure life kind of easy and flow better.
It flows better. Rather than the hurdles which you might be facing in different areas, to make it a little smoother, you can reach to the destination quicker.
Vastu is kind of like, you have to get to a destination, right? You can either drive in a Nissan and kind of feel the roadblocks, right? Road bumps, rather. Or drive in a Mercedes and have a smooth ride.
Exactly. You need it. Yes, you can make it simpler. It's not like you are going any away from it. You are just making it smoother. And the mental state, right, through a problem is not exhausting you. every day. You're not increasing the anxiety and the stress.
Right.
You can get the solution. So if you have a problem, say for example, you're not getting any help in your house, right? I fix a certain area of your house to make sure that, okay, if one person leaves, you make sure that the other person is lined up for you.
Right. It's not that one person won't leave.
Yeah.
It's just that the other person will come in faster.
Faster enough.
Okay.
So you will get continuous help, right? So
the people who are quote unquote lucky,
yeah,
have probably a balanced Vastu.
You got it. So there is nothing as lucky. It's just that they know how they have balanced their life.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just that life happens,
Yeah.
but you make lemonade out of a lemon, and it's easier to make that lemonade. Oh, so that's interesting. So Vastu it's a science. It helps you get on track if you fall off track. But if you are on track and you don't need to make that change, then Rshmi's not recommending to make that change. But you get clients who call you with very small things, and you are able to help them. And the clients call you with very big things, right? And you are able to help them as well.
Yes. So it depends on the problem. It depends on how severity of a problem it is. Like, yes, people calling me with illnesses that have like prolonged illnesses and all that. Yeah, in that case, I do recommend relocations of their bedrooms and stuff like that. If it can be easily done, right? Now, if somebody is buying the house, right, and they're sending me the floor plans, I need to make sure that the bedrooms are in a certain zones where if you sleep there, you will get a good sleep, right? Because at the end of the day, when you come back home, you don't want to have that, oh, I couldn't sleep after that.
Right, you didn't get peaceful sleep.
Peaceful sleep. So you need to make sure, so when they send the floor plan, we need to make sure there are some kind of negative zones, right? You don't want to sleep in the zone of depression. You don't want to sleep in the zone of anxiety. You don't want to sleep in the zone, but all this is required, right? Because you cannot make a recipe without a salt and without a basic things, right?
It will not taste good.
It will not taste good. So you need all that in your life, but at the same time, you do not want like prolonged things of those things in your life. So you need to make sure you balance those activities. Having a washing machine at a certain direction will help. But
things that you can't change, like let's say you can't change where the laundry room is, right? And not everybody can change that.
Yes.
So then you activate color techniques?
Yeah, so we use certain colors of mats, certain colors of so balancing can be done in different zones. So if that particular area of the thing is going weak, then there are different techniques to enhance that area and bring that element out in a different way.
Got it.
So eventually it has to be, the 5 elements have to be there in equal proportion, right? So if you're moving an activity into a wrong zone and a wrong area of your house, you need to make sure that it can be balanced. So when the floor plan comes in, to see again the northeast and the southwest axis, if it is getting disturbed in some other way, I do not recommend it. People. Now, people who
that's the only thing that's not remediable.
So that is the main. I would say that is the first thing that you look for.
Okay.
Right. Means there will be other elements that you look for too. It's not like this is it and I'm done. My northeast to southwest is clear and I'm okay. But
what she's saying, she knows. I don't recommend everybody to go out and start trying to look at that because you don't know enough, right?
Yeah.
You need someone who actually knows. Not everybody should start going out and saying this northeast is cluttered or this and I don't want to buy it because you don't know what other intricacies and how you can balance things.
No, means even with people having that kind of, there are workarounds around it. Okay. Means it's not like you first go and start demolishing it.
Right.
If people already have something in that corners,
right.
Definitely you consult a good Vastu consultant to find out what kind of solutions can be provided for those things. It might work for you.
Right. And the solutions are not expensive.
Yeah.
The solutions are not big.
Yeah.
They may be very simple. They may be a little bit more intricate.
Yeah.
But it's not something that's going to break your bank. So I don't think that's something that...
means before you say, oh, I have a toilet in my southwest, what do I do? Are you having a problem though?
Yeah.
That's the first question you ask yourself. Are you having some prolonged instability in your life? Are you having relationship issues? Because Southwest is mainly for relationships. Are you having relationship issues in your life? If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Yeah. Don't go crazily fixing the house. Okay, my Southwest has to be a yellow color. No. Whatever you have currently, if it is not giving you a problem, don't go ahead and start changing things.
So what happens is people look at internet, right?
Yeah.
Everything's available on the internet, so everybody goes there first. Everybody looks and then starts to do, they say, you know what, this child's bedroom should be this color. this should be this color, but it's not detailed enough. It's not, it's
No,
a very
I would say
generic
it's
thing.
very generic.
Yeah.
It is very generic, and it might not even work for you.
It might not, because it's not consulting the astro charts, it's not consulting anything, and
No,
it can
it's-
actually be
you
detrimental.
are unique. You are unique. You are precious. You have your own destiny, and you are not living a life like somebody else. You
Right.
have your own things and your own goals, and your thought process is very different than as compared to others.
Right.
You cannot have like the copying from somebody else's house. Oh, they have this and it worked for them, and so I'm going to put it in that same direction. No, it's not going to work.
Right.
Right.
So those colors are very generic to normal. You don't know if that'll work for you or not.
Yes, exactly.
Right? So there are ways that you can do easier remedies than
remedy.
going to paint your rooms or
Yeah.
paint
And
something.
Again, with the same thing, if your kitchen is in the north and it is giving you job opportunity problems, you don't come and put a frog in the southeast saying, oh, now it will give me money. It's not going to work that way.
Right.
The elements are imbalanced. You need to fix those elements. The 3D remedies come in very later, which I see it in everybody's house. There are like tons of laughing Buddhas and tons of those frogs lying around, and I'm like,
or
you know what?
turtles.
Or turtles, yes. And I'm like, please, can you just put everything in a box? Let's start from the clean slate. You don't want to start putting remedies around.
Because you read that a turtle is lucky for you, so you pick up a turtle and you put it.
You balance your energies. You don't even need those extra figures in your house. Those I know it really amuses me as to see how.
Well, I'm laughing because I have a turtle in my house. But it's normal, right? Everybody says, oh, it's a cute turtle. You should do it. It's lucky. So
yes,
do it.
Exactly. And I see a lot of people having the god goddess's picture on the door, which is something which you don't want to do that. You pray to them if you have that kind of if you just want to put it for show and you don't believe in it, it's fine. But if you're praying to them, you don't want to put them. Put just one single idol in your mandir area if you have a temple at home.
But not as decorative.
Not as decorative all around the house, and they have like the chopped just the head of the Buddha. It's like it's very negative. You don't want just to have the head, right? Why do you want a beheaded Buddha, right?
Yeah.
You have a Buddha, you have the whole thing.
So you said the beheaded Buddha don't keep. Is there anything else like that you think people should not keep in their homes?
I would say unless and see anything that gives you a negative vibe. Okay, I know I had those kinds of artifacts at my place also. That when I looked at it, I did not feel good at all. Those kinds of artifacts, if you have it at home, try to get rid of them, right? Because if it is giving you a negative energy, you are having that kind of a thought, oh, this is not good, this is not good. You are putting it in your brain multiple times. Try to get rid of those items. And it can be even a beautiful piece, but if it is not giving you the connection, then I don't think it should be in your house.
Nice.
Yeah.
And with that, we will end our show today. Thank you for joining us with Vastu with Rshmi. We'll be back again with another episode where Rshmi will give us more tips on buying, selling, on illnesses of kids, where should kids sleep, on focusing, a lot more topics that Rshmi will be talking about with Vastu. Thank you again, Rshmi. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to everyone for joining us for Vastu with Rshmi.